I have placed my towel onto the hoop. I am floating it using a spray adhesive. I am also ready to tack down my face. I'm using a nude jersey fabric on top of an iron-on fleece. This is a scrap piece that I have left over from doing several other projects. I don't throw my scraps away. Anything that's about the size of my hand or larger, I do keep for other projects. I'm going to do the tack down of the face, and then I'm going to cut around the stitch line where it's tacked down, and then I will come back and show you what that looks like when I finish. Strips of yarn. I've already gone ahead and cut a few strips of yarn. I took the brown yarn and I measured out about 33 inches of yarn, and then I cut it. You can also take a piece of cardboard if you have an old box lying around, measure it out to the length that you want, and you can wrap your yarn around the box, and then you can just cut it at both ends, and you will have all of your yarn cut at once. That's what I did here. After you cut it, you need to seal your ends. So the first thing you want to do is twist it so that it brings it back nice and tight and not loose. Then you're going to heat seal it with a lighter. I have a grill lighter. Just warm it up, blow out any fire that you may have, and pinch it together. Be careful because this can get a little bit hot and can burn you. I'm going to repeat that step on the other side. And now that end is sealed off. I'm going to do that to all 20 pieces of yarn that I've cut, and then when I'm finished with that, we'll be ready to attach it to our towel for her braid. I have finished sealing off the ends of the pieces of yarn. Now I'm going to fold the yarn in half to find where the center of the yarn is. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to keep my finger inside so that when I open it back up, oops, I let it go, but I know approximately where the center is. I am going to then take the water-soluble stabilizer and wrap it around the center a few times to hold it in place. You can take some water at this point, and you can dip your finger in the water and dab a little bit of it onto the water-soluble stabilizer, and when you fold that last piece over, it will help to hold that in place. Now we're ready to take the hair over to put it onto the towel. I've done the placement and tack down stitch for the face, and I have also cut out along as close to that stitch line as possible. And I have done the placement stitch for the hair to show me where I need to lay my yarn. I have the yarn ready to go, and I have a bit of tape on it to help me hold it in place as this stitches the hair down. I'm going to take this over to the machine, and it will tack the hair down. Once it's done tacking the hair down, I'm going to remove the tape and remove the water-soluble stabilizer. When I'm done with that, I will come back and I will show you what that looks like. I have tacked down the yarn, and I have also removed the tape and the water-soluble stabilizer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it back over onto itself and smooth it out. Now I'm going to take a piece of brown fleece. You can use fleece, you can use glitter vinyl, you can use a leatherette, you can use cotton. I'm just using fleece because it's what I have on hand. I'm going to take my piece of fleece and lay it on top of the design. Pull away any fuzzies that I have that have caught onto the fleece, and now I'm ready to take this over to the hoop, and it will do the tack down and go right across that hairline, so that will secure this again, And once I'm done, I'm going to cut around the stitch line, and I will bring it back over here when I'm done with that and show you what that looks like. I have stitched the hair down onto the design. There are two different stitches for putting the hair down. You have the placement and the tack down for the larger piece of brown. You also have a placement and a tack down for this smaller piece of brown over here, since this is more of a profile view. I went ahead and I did mine at the same time, since I already had the brown going across the whole face, and then I just cut it out at the same time because that's easier for me. You can do whatever works for you. If you only have a small enough piece to do the top part of the hair and then you use another little piece to fill in here, that's up to you. Whatever works for you. I just do it all as one step because it's easier for me. Now I'm ready to put on my water soluble stabilizer and go put it back on the machine to do all of the satin stitches and the face detail stitches. I will be back as soon as I'm done with that to show you what she looks like when she's all finished. I have finished stitching out my princess. I have pulled away the water soluble stabilizer off of her face, and I've also tied on a bow. I will probably switch this out for a different bow because the glitter is getting all over everything, but this is what I happened to have on hand. Once you're done pulling away the water soluble stabilizer, you're going to take it off of the hoop, flip it over, and cut away all the jump stitches and pull away the tearaway stabilizer. When you've finished that, you can also braid the hair, or you can leave it straight. I decided to braid mine, and at the bottom you will need to either do a zigzag stitch or a straight stitch and back tack a few times to make sure that your braid is secure. Thank you for watching our princess video, and I hope you will like and subscribe so that you can see more of our videos.